Welcome to the world of the SCP Foundation.
Now before we start with the actual review, let us give you a little backstory.
It started with a website, scpwiki.net, where stories are written up about extremely creepy but entirely fictional artifacts that the SCP Foundation, hence the name, tries to find and contain.
Now these artifacts, if they can even be called that, are all kind of strange. These artifacts include anything from indestructible monsters to magical fucking pizza boxes.
Now a man decided to make a horror game based on the SCP Foundation, and he goes by the name of Rajalis11.
Wait, what's his name?
Rajalis.
Oh, you mean like the plant?
A quick Google search reveals that Rajalis is in fact a plant. Now this guy started off with developing a game which was for all intents and purposes a stair climbing simulator, where the purpose of the game was to literally go down dozens of flights of stairs until you meet an unfortunate end. Oh, and there's some creepy things along the way too. And then, Rajalis went on to develop SCP Containment Breach,
Now the game follows the exact same format as the stair climbing simulator.
which is to go down narrow hallways and die.
So the game starts off with you, a D-class subject who is the most unfortunate man in the world, about to go into a cage with something very dangerous, in the name of science.
Here's where you meet the game's main antagonist, SCP-173, an immense douchebag that looks like a cross between a teddy bear and a statue.
And a peanut.
Because nothing's scarier than a nutty enemy.
Anyway, the Peanut Man breaks out of his containment along with a bunch of other SCPs.
Now, the game consists of you walking around the facility, collecting files and other various items until you come across either of the game's wonderful enemies. First of which is of course SCP-173. Now this guy will drive you crazy. He can't move within a direct line of sight, which gives the game an interesting blink mechanic.
This is the only game I've ever heard of that includes the normal human function of blinking.
Now, whenever you blink, this douchebag will do one of two things: teleport closer to you or kill you.
Which he does by snapping your neck.
And one major problem that I have is that his character model is so fucking wide that he blocks halls and doorways with his body.
And aiding the Peanut Man in doing everything in their power to kill you is SCP-106.
Now this guy is an even bigger douchebag than 173 for the sole reason being is that he can go through walls.
And he has creepy music to let you know he's there.
And 106 means business. He doesn't kill you with that snapping your neck bullshit. He punches you to death.
And getting away from him is a humongous pain as he seems to follow you wherever you go.
Yeah, dude, I've never gotten away from him. I don't know how to get away from him. So the rest of the game is fairly simple. You walk around, you collect items, and you die.
The one minor complaint that I have is with this one fucking room. We'll call it the monitor room.
Now, this room will screw you over if you don't know the mechanics of the game. So first of all, there's a gas chamber that makes you blink like you don't even have any eyes, and SCP-173 is bound to be in there somewhere, and on top of that, you're timed on how fast you get through it.
Don't get out in time, and you're trapped forever. Get out too fast, and 173 comes out with you. In most cases, you die.
It's like Rajalis was thinking, oh, we have this monster that kills you whenever you blink, and a guy who goes through goddamn walls. How can I make this game any harder? Oh, I know, let me add a goddamn gas chamber with a monster inside of it and give the player like 3 seconds to get through it if that wasn't bad enough.
And that's not the only problem. Often enough, 173 blocks the goddamn hallway like he's mocking you. The game has its bugs, which is understandable seeing as it's still in alpha.
Overall, SCP Containment Breach is a fairly original game. This game does what was intended, to scare you, and it does a very good job of it. If you're a fan of being reminded how much of a pansy you are, this game is for you.
Kudos to Regalis, however you say your name, man. Good job. Oh my god, go away!